sharing our stories connects us. Listen and be connected. Join us for the conversation meeting weekly at the intersection of community and culture. Hosted by Mario Nunez and Joe King Carter.
And the way we go.
I'm hearing it. Are you hearing it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be a great show. Hi, everybody. This is WWF.org. The Echo is outstanding. We're doing a Zoom meeting today with our guests, and we're having technical difficulties right out of the box. But we are professionals. We will continue to work through the problem. What?
Where's the...
Joey, turn down your volume.
Shows the that.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mario Nunez. Turn off my headset because I can't do this with my headset on. Kill your volume, Joey. It is killed. Okay. We got a microphone somewhere.
On the screen.
Hey. So today joining us in studio live all the way from her domicile in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, is Miss April Page. April, bear with us a minute while we work through some of these technical difficulties. We're going to start the show in earnest. But I'm going to go without my headset because I can't concentrate, and I'll try to listen to you when you respond. It's a mess. Joey, can you hear me?
Yes.
How was your week? Pretty difficult, right? Pretty difficult to do, right? You can't even answer me. Look, man, just take off your headset. Just take off your headset. Take off your headset. When April speaks, we'll just put the headset on so we can hear it because that's the only way this is going to work. And I hope the people out there radio land right now aren't listening to the feedback because it's going to be disconcerting for them as well. But so answer me.
Maybe we could ask one of our
technical advisors,
family here, like
Sean somebody else. No, this is Joey. So let me just ask you this: How was your week?
My week was good. Excellent.
I mean, really was it? Yeah. Jimmy Kimmel was pulled off the air yesterday.
I'm not paying attention to that.
Come on.
No.
How come?
I've decided my sanity is too.
I can't pay attention to that. I can't even spell sanity anymore.
I think probably the First Amendment is in jeopardy.
Yeah,
certainly. And I think that I hope that protestation and pushback and people with cooler heads prevail and figure out how to make our Constitution work.
Okay. I'll take the other side of that argument. My week was horrible.
Yeah.
It's just things are spinning a little bit wonky and out of control. We talk about it each week, Joey.
Yes.
It's not just simply the 24-hour news cycle in which we participate.
Yes.
It's the news that they're deciding to put in front of us, and this goes with the networks as well. Because if you watch ABC, right?
Yes.
Peter Muir. Peter Muir. We're getting a phone call already letting us know that we've got the feedback. I'm sure. Peter Muir. It's like they do 29 and a half minutes worth of disaster porn. Just horrible news. And then the last news of the day is a wonderful, heartwarming story where a father took his 4-year-old child to the golf course for the first time and he shot 108 yards away from the cup and he put it in the hole and it was heartwarming. And then they come on, they go, hi David Muir, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
You worked me up for 29 and a half minutes.
Right.
For 29 and a half minutes. And then all of a sudden, so we're going to go ahead and go to some music now? Is that what I'm understanding? April, stand by. We're going to come to you in just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
We're going to go to some music, I believe. Or maybe not. It should work now. It is, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back. There's no double feedback.
There it is.
There's no nonsense. We're good. So, Joey.
Yes.
You
feel better now?
To the show. Do I feel better?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the singer that's singing the national anthem in the stadium that has the earpiece in. Because, if you've ever sang in an environment like that where you get that echo and that feedback,
Yeah.
you lose your mind.
I understand.
You can't sing and you
I
can't
understand.
talk or you can't think.
Yes.
I'm thinking and talking and I'm liable to break out into song right away.
Yes.
All right, Joey. We wasted about 11 minutes into the show and that's too much.
So that's too much.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
So let's
right.
get to our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now. It came back. It came back. Yep, joining us right now from Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Is April Page. April, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Can
Hi,
you hear us
everybody.
from the back or can you hear us normal?
I think it's okay. It's a little echoey.
A little echoey?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to try to fight through this.
Yes.
April, how's things in Raleigh, Durham?
They're beautiful, wonderful.
Has
fall
fall
season.
fallen?
Yeah, a pumpkin everything right now, and
Yeah.
you know.
Pumpkin spice, pumpkin latte.
Yeah, and I have a beautiful state
Pumpkin
park
patch.
right near me, 10 minutes away, and 72 miles of trails, and my dog loves it. So
Wow. Holidays are imminent because when you walk into your local Wally World, you know you've got lawn and garden is no longer there. It is now given way to ornaments and tinsel and garland. It's a little disturbing because here in Florida it's still 91 degrees and it's hard to get. Even the pumpkin spice, the pumpkin latte is
yeah,
a little early.
It's still hot here too.
Yeah.
Like
You walk
people
into
are
a public
talking
space,
about
we're going to
it.
have those cinnamon brooms, you know,
Yeah.
in the corner.
Yes.
Offensive.
So,
My
question is, why did that go away for a moment and come back?
We don't know. We're professionals. We're going to handle this. We're going to handle this.
We got it. We're good.
Incredible.
So let's. You want to go ahead and start the conversation?
Yeah, let's start as we often
Tell
do.
April what we do here at the conversation on Wednesdays.
Well, what we do, April, is we go through personal narratives, and we use that as a basis to connect to the community, and that's what we are doing today. So I always begin with this basic conversation, this basic question, which is where were you born?
I was born in Sarasota, Florida, to a Cuban Hispanic family,
I see.
of which Mario is a part of.
Yes.
Full disclosure, you gave it away too early. I think you gave it away too early.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yes. So Sarasota, I grew up in Bradenton, right next door.
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way,
Yeah.
And but Bradenton was when I was growing up a sleepy retirement kind of Florida coastal community. Sarasota is very different than that because it
Now
has
it is.
Ringling, and it has culture, and it has money. So talk a little bit about growing up in
and
Sarasota.
hydroplane racing.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I was living at my grandparents' right off the main Fruitville Road there, and it used to be a 2-lane highway that you could drive to the beach, and every Saturday we had to not go anywhere from like 9 to 1 in the afternoon because the traffic would be backed up from the highway all the way to get to the beach. Now it's a 6-lane road and you don't have to worry about that anymore. But it was idyllic. I mean, we used to jump in our convertibles after school and drive to the beach and play volleyball until the sun went down. And this is before cell phones, and I would get in trouble for coming home late.
Wow, yes.
So were you a sailor? Did you go to Sarasota High?
I went to Sarasota High. They're turning the old building into a museum now. And it was a beautiful way to grow up, and just having the beach and the water and the family culture and just all the things. And you're right, there are a lot of wealthy people that live there, but there were moderate families that went to that public school as well, and I was a part of that. But I have some of my best friends I still have from then.
That's the beauty of a small town. Even Tampa, as big as it's become, still has its origins and its bones, that small town feeling.
Sure.
And you have those friends that you've had for your entire life, and they're still here. They're still your friends, and those friendships run very deep. So people can make the connection how we're related. I just thought about it. I wanted to share it with you. So your great-grandmother and my grandmother were sisters.
That's right.
Yeah, you're the generation after.
Yes.
Yes. That makes sense.
So her great-grandmother, my grandmother was sisters.
I see. And so, do you have siblings?
I have one. His name is Ross. He was born when I was 18. We call him a midlife crisis.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's doing well. He's had some health issues, but he's doing better than ever.
Well, we hope the best for him. So
I can't hear you.
You can't hear
Can't
me?
hear you, Joe.
Uh-oh.
Joey, speak into your microphone.
Uh-oh.
I am.
Can't hear either one of you.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Yes, a message just came up that we have been muted.
I do see that.
There we go.
Yeah.
I got you now.
Now we're back.
Okay.
So you go to high school, and you're what kind of kid were you growing up? In
I was
Sarasota?
very, believe it or not, very shy and introverted when I was young.
Really?
I blossomed when I got older.
I can see that. I hear that. Yeah.
It's ironic because I used to be so quiet and to myself that I didn't talk to anyone outside of my family until I was like 8 or 9 years old. And then I ironically became a national speaker and trainer for some of the biggest corporations in the U.S.
Wow. Talk about coming out of your shell.
I did. I got over that.
You didn't just come out.
It actually was helpful because it made it not about me. You know, when I was delivering the message, it's not about me, and I have to get myself out of the way. So,
okay.
It
So
was
sometimes people, Sometimes people in those positions are actually, if it's not about them, they can be very almost introverted.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's not about you, the person. Yep.
So you're going through high school, and how was your high school experience, and what were you like in high school?
It was okay. I was kind of a nerd, to be honest. I was part of the newspaper staff and photographer.
Hey, I was on the newspaper staff too.
I was in band.
I wasn't, but I regret that I wasn't.
I played in band, but I also was very into art. I did a lot of art competitions, and they had one where they took our sculptures around to all the banks and stuff like that.
Joey, I'm going to be sexist and misogynist just a bit. Did you play the classic girl instruments?
I did. Well, I don't know if it was classic, but
clarinet.
Clarinet. It was clarinet.
Ding, ding, ding. That's what I was thinking.
And what is the boy's instrument? A tuba?
Well, of course, but beyond that, probably the quads.
I've seen
We're gonna either call now. My daughter plays the quads, and she plays the quads. She's pretty good. No, but you know, saxophone is usually the boy, and trumpet is hard to play.
Yeah.
Flute and clarinet, piccolo, the girl. You know what I mean? That's all changed. That's all changed. Please don't write us or send us emails.
Marching competitions too, which was fun. That was fun.
Right. So we get out of high school, and what happens next?
I went to school. I went to Manatee Community College and got my associate.
No.
Did you go there too, Joey?
We are alumni.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
And then I took a dip and went to California, Gainesville, Florida, for hanging out at UF for a year and a half or so. And then decided if I didn't leave there, I wasn't going to live. So
it can happen.
I came back
full disclosure, it can happen.
home, and my parents were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need to get serious about school." So I went to USF and got my degree in marketing at USF. And had I not done that, had my teacher not taken me under her wing and helped me to work on projects outside of the school, where it was like 30 people classes instead of 300. It was quite the experience. And I think, they really kind of cultivated the students where I wouldn't have had that in a larger school. Can you still hear me?
We can hear you, and you can hear us?
I don't see anyone.
Can you hear us?
Well, it looks like the...
No, wait. Can you hear us?
I'm not sure.
Can you April, can you still
hear us?
Oh, no. April can't hear us. Oh. This will be the last meeting we do.
Hello. Hang on.
I want that.
Can you see her?
No. We got kicked off the internet, I think. How sad. How sad.
I don't know what happened.
I know. Keep talking, Joey. Keep talking.
Well, it seems that we are having technical difficulties, folks.
the WhatsApp?
We'll bring you back on. Stand by in just a minute. What we might do
Okay.
is we might just go ahead and give you the call-in number now.
Yes.
And then you can call
Okay.
in on the call-in line.
Please give her the
Okay.
call-in number now.
Just with my phone? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And we're having technical difficulties, so please hang on, folks. We're trying to get through this interview.
Sean, the call-in line number. 813.
239-9663. We can hear her just fine.
She can't hear us, Bob.
But she can't hear
Yeah,
us.
I can't see or hear you. Yeah.
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 So let's...
813-229-9663. I got it.
That's not it. That's not it.
Okay. Okay.
Talking to the microphone. Can you hear us now? Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you now.
Oh, good.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
we're back together.
Okay.
All right, so...
We got the band back together.
Sorry,
That's beautiful.
folks.
Yeah, we're going
we
to
got
do
the
this.
band back
We're
together.
going to do this without the video component.
That's right.
As if she was calling in on the phone.
We're going on tour soon. So, so you're out of high school,
that a
and what
lot.
happens next?
I'm going to use that line.
I'm out of high school, and I ended up working for several different types of companies. I started in a pharmaceutical marketing research company, and then I went to cell towers, and then I got into the financial world. So I was hired as a product manager for JP Morgan Chase, and then I was a senior field marketing manager for New York Life. And then I was moved here in Raleigh by MetLife to become their senior digital marketing manager.
Wow.
And then I went to work for a data company for a short time that I was the actual client for. I was using their data to fill my customer data holes. And they ended up hiring me after a layoff from MetLife after moving here. And so they hired me, and I worked for them for 3 years. And now I'm living my dream. I've had this side hustle as an artist for a long time. And
Yes, you have.
and now I'm putting all my eggs in one basket and really doubling down on myself. And it's, really just all
Early returns good? Early returns good?
Well, we
Mixed?
haven't launched yet.
Okay.
So I'm about to. I was hoping to be launched by the time we had this conversation.
And to
but-
be launched means?
Maybe the conversation can help you launch, as it were.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be a new website that's launching called aprilpagefineart.com. It's down right now under construction, but it's going to be up in the next week or two.
April and the letter P, correct? April and the letter P?
Yes.
Okay.
April Page, PAIGE or April Page Fine Art at .com. Sorry, I got confused there for a second. I've just decided to use my marketing knowledge on myself. I've decided to just take this on as a real business, because in the past I've just had it as a side hustle, and it's been fine as a side hustle. I was working with interior designers in Tampa and going to all the art shows and a part of the art groups. And I had it going pretty well before I moved. But then when I moved here, I needed to focus on my new position, and I didn't really have a chance to get things going here. But now I am. And I've just decided if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. So it's one of those life things that I've always wanted to do. And it's not just my fine art and prints that are going to be on this site. It's I've also added something I've always wanted to do along with this is a one-of-a-kind, unique, curated interior design store online. So there'll be items in there that you won't be able to find at like a Home Goods or a TJ Maxx, et cetera. So it's just, something I've always wanted to do, get involved with creating some really interesting things using even musical equipment to make things and items for your home. It's pretty cool. I've done signs. We're working on a vessel sink made out of a conga drum, and things like that. So just a nod to the heritage, but also somebody who has the vision that wants to bring something really unique and interesting into their home, almost like a talking piece. Yeah.
As we are celebrating here, September 15th through October 15th, National Hispanic Heritage and Culture. Tell me, how you think that your Cuban American roots kind of led you through your Renaissance, not your Renaissance, but your development in your art. Let's say, how did it influence you?
Oh gosh, how has it not influenced me?
There you go.
There's so many things tied to that for me, not just living the day-to-day culture in the household with, Cubans, but the rich artists and musicians that were around me in our family. I mean, there are so many, from beauty queens to somebody in the Philharmonic to Que Pasa USA,
to
the
pop culture,
old
rock bands.
yeah, the Classic Four, the drummer in the Classic Four. We have so many creative people in our family. It was just very rich for me to hear the music, experience,
It gave you the confidence, did it not, April? To express yourself in that way?
It does. It does. I mean, it's funny you're bringing this up because because I don't speak fluent Spanish, I've been having a little identity crisis with this about, whether I claim to be a Cuban American artist, but I am Cuban in my heart, and I am Latin in my heart through my family. And it is a part of me. So, I don't have to be ashamed of not knowing the language. I know I've looked up, there's a lot of Latins in the U.S. that don't speak Spanish. So, and I can always learn. But
just remember, April, that you can be a visual artist and be mute. You could be someone who can't even speak and be a visual artist. So
that's right.
I think what I'm hearing you say is it's sort of pinging on a number of things for me as an artist. I'm an artist, and also like you, it started early in my life. My feelings and thoughts about Cuban art and Cuban culture, because I'm also a historian and I've studied a lot about the history of Ybor City and Cuba and
you live
Spain.
in Ybor City for crying out loud.
I live in Ybor City. But my point is that, and to no bias against any other culture in the Caribbean, but Cuban music and Cuban art is significantly different than all the other islands and all of the South American countries, and it is incredibly rich. It comes from a culture that was a very high culture that went into decadence and decay over time during the Spanish Empire. But if you now go, just anyone who's listening to our show, if you just go out there and casually go to Google and start Googling Cuban art, it will blow your mind because the creativity is high. Now, here's my point. What part of that meme is a genetic meme and what part of that is a cultural meme? Whatever it is, it's come through to you in your life. And I will also tell you that here in Tampa, I've noticed, again, trying not to be prejudicial, that a lot of my Cuban friends they're just sort of creative people, even when they don't know they're creative people.
Yeah, whether that's funny
people.
Or they dance.
Yeah, there's
or they
something.
Sing.
So I can understand how you would feel that your Cubanness comes through you, regardless of what language you speak.
Yeah, it is true. And I'm planning on doing a series of more Latin-focused images, like the cigar rollers from Ybor City, which is a part of our heritage, my heritage, and things of that nature that I've actually seen, in my life.
Right.
So it's those things that I want to capture and make sure that, we don't forget them because they're going by the wayside.
Yes, absolutely. And the other thing, though, I'd like to do is kind of going backwards a little bit, and then we'll come back to this. We'll open up this window and put it up on the screen. Is, what started you down this path? I know as a child what caused me to become an artist by the time I was a child, literally a young child. When did all this start happening for you in your childhood?
Oh my gosh, as soon as I could hold a crayon.
Yeah.
I and my family can tell you, they were actually worried about me because I would
You
sit in
never
my
let that
room
crayon
and
go.
just color and draw, and they're like, "Go outside, play with other kids," and I'm like, "No,
Right.
I don't want to."
Right. Yeah. I so get
They're
that.
mean, and I don't like them, and
Yeah. Yeah.
stay here.
And
in the
I
world.
find that all fascinating why some people come almost out of the womb as image makers. Don't
Oh.
you? Isn't that interesting to you? It is.
It
to me.
is.
Yeah. Why is it?
I was drawn to it immediately,
Yeah.
and it was like a language for me, really.
There you go.
And it's where, because I wanted to be by myself and soak into my own, creative thoughts, so to speak. I loved living there. I still do. Like when I get lost in painting, that's what I call it. You're in the zone, and
you are in the zone, and you are. By the way, science tells us that when they do these little hookups on neurological brain patterns, they find out that they're exactly the same kind of brain pattern that we have when we play. When we play. Whatever playing is in your world, and it could be adult playing, it could be sports playing, it could be anything. But when you are playing, that's when this brain gets charged in a certain way. And when I look at my creative process, it's all about play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sparks creativity.
Absolutely. You have to not be so precious with everything in order to play, to make those mistakes, and also to let the magic happen. It's a fine line between, we talk about this on my show. I have a show on YouTube called Artist Antics with April, where I talk to creatives about creativity, exactly what we're talking about.
I will be there this afternoon.
And I've been doing it for about a year now, and the conversations are amazing because everybody does it different. Everybody's process is different. Everybody's inspiration is different. Some people get things through dreams. Some people get things by, doing the hard work of doing it every day and showing up.
Sure.
Some people have it just come to them, and they, put their antenna up in the air and they pull it down from the universe, and they admittedly say, I don't know where that came from. So
Yes.
I think there's some level of tapped in that you have to be, but I think it's really important for brain health for all adults to have adult play, whatever that means to you, whether
Absolutely.
it's, physically getting out and exercising or meditating or yoga or Tai Chi
Yes.
or, drawing or, whatever it is that you love and it makes your heart sing, even if nobody sees it or hears it, or you don't plan on showing a soul, it's good for you, if it makes you positive. Yeah.
Tapping into that inner child that was seemingly always at play. We're going to do a little station identification. April, when we come back, we'll reintroduce you to those that are just joining us, and we'll do a lot more with you here in just a couple of seconds. You're listening to The Conversation with Mario Nunez and Joe King Carter on WMNF 88.5 Tampa. Well, that caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for my own voice coming back at me like that. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because usually we have, I was last week's guest. That's correct. Thank you for reminding me, Jessica. So what we do is we have our guests each week do a little station ID for us. And I guess I did my own last week because we were celebrating Hispanic Culture Month and I guess my birthday as well.
Now, we are here with April Page, who has her own, if you're just joining us, who is a entrepreneur of her own gallery and is a owner of a fine artist gallery, and we're going to talk about that. April, the other thing I wanted to touch on is that you said that you went from corporate to where you are now, and that's interesting to me. And I'll tell you why. Is that, as you know, most artists, visual artists particularly, probably musicians too, maybe even actors, we're all people that are sort of how do I say, it's left brain, right brain. They're people that are usually not business savvy, not because they're not intelligently capable of it, but because
it doesn't interest them.
It just doesn't interest them.
No connect. We have no connection.
One of the problems is I had a friend when I was working on my master's who said, they ought to teach a business class in the art college. And, I thought, well, that didn't make sense to me. But my point is, you're coming at this now with an interesting
lifetime curve, which is that you were in this corporate marketing thing very strongly, and now you're doing this. Tell me how you feel about all of that, because you are balancing the play of making your own creative work and
having
how
to sell her own
interact with the
creative
world. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And it is a good balance. And it's a good point you're bringing up because, when you used to take those tests, I forget what they called with all the letters and they tell you who you are.
That's right.
I
Personality
used-
inventory. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be in the middle, smack in the middle of the creative and the business,
Interesting.
the
Yeah.
more technical side. So, and I was by myself on a lone island. So it explains a lot. But anyway, I uniquely have that where I worked for a woman who had a doctorate in statistics, and that's where I started my career. And then I've been, rising in that as I've gone along in my trajectory of everything that's happened. But it's funny because I've promoted myself out of being creative at all.
Yeah.
And hire all the people to do the creative part that I would love to do.
Yes.
But
So is that what's
yeah.
happening in your business now? Are you actually the creator, or are you representing creators?
I am the creator of the art. I am representing myself as original art and prints, and then the interior design store, which is items that people decorating their homes or interior designers can purchase. But I'm doing majority of the work. I have a Shopify team that is helping me move my site from Wix to Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I just hired this week, which I'm ecstatic about, a new social media person just to handle all my social accounts because they're vast and I can't keep up with it all because I need to be creating the video in order for them to put it up on these social sites.
There you go. There
Right.
you go. And there's only 24 hours in a day the last time we checked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's tough. I feel bad for the artists out there that are really good, that don't have a business mind, that don't even know the first step to take, because
Yes.
it really, half the time in my mind, it isn't so much about talent than it is, you have to have the business sense too.
Yes.
And it's so very important. And, there's something there that I might end up doing eventually, which is teaching people how to market themselves as artists. But
Yes.
right now I'm going through the trenches myself, and it's a whole different animal than the corporate world. Like, corporate is just usually business to business or business to consumer on a vast scale. This is almost a one-on-one, curated sale that
Right.
Boutique. It's boutique in many ways.
It's boutique, yes, and it's takes time to build the knowledge, the exposure, so people know that you're there. Even the local interior designers don't even know I'm here yet, and I'm waiting.
They might after this show. I don't know. We may have to give you the conversation bump. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Well, I was just going to say that, I remember I had a professor who used to say, here's what all artists want. They want to have a big studio somewhere, and they have the magic doorway, and they make their art, and they push it out. They open up the magic doorway and push the art out. And then a week later, they open up the magic door and a check comes in.
Yeah.
But most artists do not want to deal with the day-to-day grind. And in a way, almost, I don't want to make it sound like it's offensive, but or vulgar, but it's kind of like, oh, I have to go promote myself, and I have to go sell myself. And
Right.
that should be a fair and legitimate and respectable thing to do. But if you want to just create all the time, it's hard to get there. So what you're representing, I find always
Unique,
interesting.
right?
People who all galleries deal with this, finding patrons, finding buyers for the work. I mean, this is why most artists off the street, you're giving 50% of your money or more to the gallery because they're doing work for you, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So now
you're doing that, and that's interesting that you are trying to still get into the studio and create and do
market.
this other thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to balance because, you're running a life, your own personal life in a household, and you're trying to get all the admin things done in a day that need to get done, that need your attention, and then try to create in that, or give you time to create.
Is there a schedule in that? Is there a schedule for you?
There is. It's very loose because when it hits me, I've got to do it.
Right,
So
right.
it's sometimes not a good time.
Hence the reason that artists don't really excel in the rigidity of the corporate structure.
Yes,
right?
that's right. But it doesn't mean there isn't structure. If you're listening to yourself, and for me, I have to be in a good mood. Like, I can't be somber or sad or upset about something and come and start painting, hummingbirds. It just
people
doesn't
who
work
are sad
that
don't
way.
usually sing. You usually, if you catch yourself singing in the shower, you're usually having a pretty good day. If you're sad or you're melancholy or something happened that's led you to a sorrowful place, you're not going to be singing. You don't
just
feel
describe
like
my joy of country western music. That's it.
you don't feel like singing.
It's about sorrow, and when it's good.
If you're just joining us again, we're talking to April Page. She's the owner and fine artist and philanthropist of April Page Fine Art. April, as we're talking to you and learning so much more about you, tell us, what do you foresee around the next corner for you? We know where you're at and what you're about to do. What would you like to see in about 5, maybe even 10 years?
Oh boy. Well, what I would like to have, if we're making all the wishes in the world.
Yes, of course.
I would like to, continue speaking. I'm getting on some other podcasts and, getting the good word out there, and, even on my own show about expanding that into thinking, it's not so hard to be creative. The leap is not that great if you take, really thoughtful steps to transitioning. You could go, do it on the side in the beginning, go part-time, then do what I'm doing now and going full bore. But you have to have a plan. And, a lot of artists don't like to have that plan. So
That damn bohemian lifestyle. It's just too much.
yes,
Yeah.
but there is, there is a way. And that's basically what I'm trying to show on my show, is that there is a way. And I'd love to get that message out there. And my intent, to answer your question, is eventually I'll have a book to write about, all the creative tips that I'm learning from all of these wonderful people. And I'm building the community that I couldn't find here.
Yes.
So I wanted all types of artists to have a place to go to talk to each other and get help. So if somebody says, what's the best, software to use to take pictures of my art, they can go there and people will have opinions and tell you what's going on for real.
What I love about what you're doing is that community the word of the 21st century. I think that
It has to be.
I kind of feel
It's
like
the word for right now.
I kind of feel like our society is moving toward this kind of feeling about the impersonalization of the internet and
everything.
disconnection and technology. And
That's
I think
right.
more and more we are a community radio station, and I realize almost daily what my community means to me and what other communities mean to people. And I see that now. And it's growing. It seems to me to be a growing movement in our country. And I love that idea. In your world, I wanted to ask you, are you going to be, in a traditional gallery sense, representing other artists?
Not right now, but I could in the future. Maybe it's possible.
So right now you're sort of using your own work as the basis
That's right.
for your...
That's right.
Okay, got it.
Just me. And, you once the site is up, you'll be able to see it, but there'll be original pieces of art. And then stuff that I've done in the past, I'm doing a little something different where you can select to purchase something similar to something I've done in the past. So if you've liked this piece that I did, 5 years ago, and
Right.
it's already sold, and you
Right.
don't necessarily want a print, you want an original, you can go in and say, I want something similar to this and purchase that, and I'll recreate it. It's not going to be exactly the same, but it'll be close. But yeah.
Would you say your style, April, is eclectic and wide ranging, or would you say that you have a definitive type of style? Like, when you see an April Page, that's April Page's work, or are you just in the moment creating that special image that then becomes special because that's what you were feeling at the moment? Does that make sense? And I'm not an artist, although I consider myself.
It's a great question. And it's something I talk to my mentor about all the time. And he gives me a hard time about it. That's why I'm laughing. But
what does your mentor say about that?
He says, this is what he says, and I don't necessarily agree with him. Okay, I'm going to respectfully disagree. But he says that I need to get known for, a style, like what Mario's talking about.
Uh-huh.
So, and I've been starting to be noticed for a certain series that I've been doing about blues musicians. So I paint these blues musicians in like a smoky room or playing on a, front porch in a rocking chair. And I use only blue and white monochromatic colors. So there is no other color except blue, white, and a little bit of black.
Uh-huh.
And it's something that as soon as I paint them, they sell in that style, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm getting kind of known for that. But, I'm putting everything in series. So right now I have an Asian series, an abstract series, a musician series, realism. I forget what else. Angels. I've done a whole series on
I
angels.
want to say, oh, April. This connects to another word that some people can find offensive but is the word branding. Mm-hmm. Branding. And then you start to talk about the fact, well, is my work just a product? And am I just part of this big old capitalist machine? But the problem is, your mentor does make an interesting point, which is that we tend to think of artists, musicians.
Yeah.
We tend to think of a sound or a genre.
That's right.
And it's kind of weird because you don't consciously working toward a branded image is maybe not what you want to do.
Yeah. And here's my challenge with that. So exactly to that point. You have musicians. Let's take Chris Stapleton, for example. We all know and love him. He's duetting with every kind of genre there is.
Yes.
And it doesn't take away from him and what he's doing. But
he's creating his brand around the fact that he kind of doesn't have a brand.
And this
That's
just
right.
and
right,
this
and you know who else did that to a great degree? Think about it. Was Johnny Cash? We think of Johnny Cash as a performer. We don't think of him. He's a country western star, but he was a rockabilly star, but he was a gospel star, but he was a folk star. And when you go down the list of who he was, he's now at the top of this genre they call Americana. But the real truth is he was always bursting the lines of definition and breaking into the next. Yeah, there we go.
And I don't think it's like that anymore, to be honest, because of how everything is interconnected now. I really don't. And I think you're right. It all comes from me, like a beach scene from the beach that I grew up on, or a musician that I've seen play in front of me, or, a Latin cigar roller. These are all part of me. So that's why I argue with him and I say, this is all me. And I'm doing it in series, and that's how I'm doing it, because these are all a part of me, all these things. And I don't just want to have vanilla ice cream for the rest of my life.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please.
Don't want
There's
vanilla.
just way too much out there to just limit yourself. You mentioned Chris Stapleton just a minute ago. And, one of my favorite YouTube clips to watch is him singing with Justin Timberlake at, I think, the Grammys a few years ago. It was unbelievable. That was kind of like my first foray into Chris Stapleton's music and his style, which I'm enamored with. But if you haven't noticed, he's replaced Bo Cephas, Hank Williams Jr. now on Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? That's now Chris Stapleton's gig. So Hank Williams, move on down the couch, brother. There's a new voice involved.
Right. There you go.
And so even the NFL knows a hot voice and a hot number and a hot ticket when they see it. And that's where Chris Stapleton, just showing you his range. So
go ahead.
Interesting enough, he did the if you haven't heard it, the anthem at one of the football games. I think it was the Super Bowl or something. So that's probably how he got that gig. Because there's no one that can top that besides Whitney Houston, maybe.
I think that's the all-time great rendition.
Yeah,
and that was right here in Tampa, by the way. That was right here in Tampa.
People watch that video now and cry. So it's
so let me ask you, April. So you're you're not going to be doing typically representing a stable of artists in your gallery, but you are doing all this community outreach to educate people. I find that interesting. It's like you want to help other artists make their way.
Yeah, I've even done some teaching at Montessori schools, volunteering to teach some of the kids, some basic art. Mm-hmm. I did that in Tampa, and I've done one here in Raleigh. And, I love to give back. So I'm trying to, I recently was a volunteer for the AMA, which is the Marketing Association, but I'm now, once I get the site launched, going to volunteer with a lot of the art groups and the museums around here.
How's the art scene in Raleigh? How is the art scene in Raleigh?
Awesome. It's amazing.
Youthful, lending itself to youth and feeling kind of funky, fresh, and on the move?
Yeah, I've talked to so many people from independent filmmaker, which, that story's amazing in and of itself, to comedians.
Hey, North Carolina's changing. North Carolina's changing. I'm
and there's a tight-knit group of comedians here. The musicians have been really generous, and I've been doing some backup singing with some of them.
Wait a minute.
Go on now. Wait, you're breaking news. You're breaking news. Dog, April. Listen, your middle name should be Art. There's nothing you won't do for art. And everything, it sounds to me like, is art. Well, that's wonderful.
So you do some singing, April. Is that what I'm hearing?
I do. I love to sing.
Wow, what a multi-talented woman you are.
Yes.
I don't know about that. But it's no Chris Stapleton, but I like to do it. But I love singing in jam bands in Tampa, and was really having a lot of fun with that, because normally they don't have a lot of women that come to sing. So they were very happy when there's a female there. But
so
I'm actually going to one tonight. I'm going to one tonight in Wake Forest. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Come on.
So let's talk a little bit about, we haven't talked about your gender, and it hasn't had a reason to come up, but let's talk about your life in the corporate world as a woman, as an artist, as a woman.
Sure.
Are there any things about that you would like to share that you think are important?
Oh, boy.
How much time do we have?
Wait.
About 7 minutes.
Yeah,
about
Joe, there's a little bit there. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. What I wish I knew then that I know now.
Yeah.
But, and I think it's different for women coming up now. Life is different. Working is different. Working from home is, a big thing now. And it's different than it used to be. There's a lot more parameters on things and people being mindful of certain things. So having said that, I've had some horrible experiences, basically, just not taken seriously because I'm a female in a, man's financial world, especially. Mm-hmm. So I had to do, 1.5 or 2 times better than any guy.
Right.
In order to get the proper prep that I deserved, Mm-hmm. So that was, disheartening, but it only, I'm the kind of person that if you give me a challenge, I'm like, oh yeah, you think I can't do that? I'll show you. And
Hold my beer.
Yes, hold my beer, because I'm about to show you how that's done. So
that's awesome.
That's the kind of challenging, I've always had that my whole life. And I think it's what drives my ambition, to be honest. But
mm-hmm.
it's there's been good times and bad. there definitely some harsh things that happened while in corporate, like 9/11 happened, and I was at a cell tower company, and we had to call all the owners and talk about the service that was collapsing around them, and it was just terrible. That whole time was terrible. And then but there are good things that happened as well, like pushing myself to be on stage and talking to thousands of people at a time.
Yes.
I would never have done that on my own. That wasn't...
That little girl who was playing with her crayons in her room would not have
Yes.
done that.
Yeah.
No, not in a million years. And it's from the people around me that saw what I could do and wanted it to be seen. And they pushed me to, and actually that was a lot of the conversation when I was speaking nationally, is we want you to bring you into this. Why are you being so, corporate about it?
Well, it would have been a shame if you had just stayed in your room the whole time. Up until we lost the Zoom feed. We could see you, and you're pretty easy on the eyes, April. So it's not like it's not like when you jump up on stage, people are going to go, "Oh my God, who is that? That's horrible." They're going to go, "Wow, she's pretty interesting, and that sound is pretty good too."
Yeah, no, I was really technical with it though. Talking before about getting myself out of the way and being really just dry with the with the content. So they tried to loosen me up. So when I walk on stage, they would play "She's a Bad Mama Jamma."
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah. Well, it's true.
Just as fine as she could be. Right?
That's
true
right. And I would just look at them, and you see them in the back just laughing their asses
bopping
off.
up and down, bopping up and down.
Tell me they were going to do it, and I just looked at them. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to dance to my mark."
Perfect.
Well, I was just going to say it's true that when you watch experts talk about in podcast or somewhere on some feed, that experts who are interpersonal expert relationship people, and then public speaking people, and then people, I saw a podcast the other day where somebody had written a book about how to become charismatic, and and I find it fascinating that it usually has to do with personalized connection. In other words, if you can come out on a stage and make 1,000 people feel like they know you, and the only way you're ever going to do that is to share something personal. And so that's how that works.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Good.
April, I'll tell you what, we're coming up against the hard clock here in just a couple of minutes, but we want to remind everybody that if they like to get to know you a little bit better and they'd like to see some of your work, they can certainly listen to you on YouTube and Spotify. Artists Antics with April. Artists Antics with April, and I bet that's a hoot. Yep. We're going to watch that ourselves, Joey and I. And I want to personally extend the invitation to you, familia. If you're in Tampa and you're going to be in Tampa, let us know ahead of time. And we can have you on the Tampa Native Show, and we can actually show some of your art, and we'll do a deeper dive into the conversation. And forgive us for our trespasses as we forgive those who have technical difficulties before us. That was awful. That was awful.
You got there. You got there.
We did. You know what? We're nothing if not persistent.
Well, I tell you what I noticed was that when we were having technical problems at the beginning of the show, we could still see April in our Zoom before our Zoom went down.
Right.
And the entire time, she had a huge smile on her face.
No. This has been a goof.
She was not concerned.
Not at all.
Yeah.
This has been a goof since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
I've
been through much worse stress than that, believe me.
So where are you going to sing tonight? What's happening at Wake Forest, at the Wake, as they say?
Yeah. So I sing some blues songs and some rock, and I haven't decided what I'm going to sing yet. But
Little Pat Benatar, what's going on? I mean,
no, I sing some. What's her name? Amy Winehouse.
Oh, that's great. We love Amy Winehouse.
I do stuff like that. I've done some Chaka Khan and
Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan.
Yeah.
Everybody, Chaka Khan. Go on now.
But it's an open mic at Smash Masters in Zebulon, North
Zebulon,
Carolina.
North Carolina. Well, April,
Yeah.
thank you so very much for joining us today. We so enjoyed this conversation with you, and we hope that you get a chance to come back and do it again soon. And like I said, we're going to leave the invitation open to come in and do the Tampa Native
Would
Show.
love to meet you, April, in person.
Keep in touch.
Yes,
We'll go get
awesome,
a cafecito.
I will.
We'll go get a cafecito together here in Ybor City
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
Joey, tell everybody
Okay.
who's coming on next.
Oh, who's coming on next?
Huh?
Is,
What's happening next?
First of all,
do we have to say thank you to Jessica?
I do want to say thank
do
you to
want to say
Jessica.
thank you to
Because
Jessica.
Jessica earned her money today,
did
and she
today.
doesn't even make any money. So how about that? Thank you so much, Jessica, for being there for us in that way. And then coming up next, as always, we have It's the Music Wednesday with Sam, and she's over there already bopping around. So.
She's ready to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, sticking it out with us today. And we're going to be back here again next week with another great show. You are listening to The Conversation on WMNF 88.5 Tampa.